Hey everyone, Brian and Jeff with WorkshopAddict.com, and we have our Traxxas X-Maxx here. And in this shop, you have to earn your keep, and that means sometimes beating out other things in the shop, right?
Yeah, and occasionally it's up against a gas-powered machine.
So we want to take this out first and just rip it. Now we know there's a ton of different upgrades that you can do for this. We wanted to get our hands on it a little bit before we did some upgrades. But before we get into our race against our Can-Am Maverick X3 XRS, we want to talk a little bit about this being a stock machine and what happens with it. And this comes with a plastic servo motor. And when you're ripping across the field and you hit bumps, what do you see?
The front tires are kind of flapping back and forth.
Yeah. If you watch any videos on this, everybody goes through their must-have Traxxas X-Maxx upgrades. And I watched them and I thought, who's trying to sell me this or that, right?
Now we know by using it, it's a definite plus on the upgrade for the steering servo.
We'll put a link in the description. If you buy one of these things, just right off the bat,
Just do it.
buy it. Right off, it's 87 bucks, I believe, at Summit Racing. You might as well just order it right along when you order the truck. It's something that Traxxas should have put in here right off the bat, and I think it's needed. With that said, awesome batteries. Coming from the tool guys, look at the size of those batteries. I mean, those things are 6.7 amp hour batteries, 14.4 volts.
What are they saying the runtime is on these in this machine?
That's a good question. We've been running and running and running. It does well, 30 minutes, I would say.
Easily.
And this thing rips.
In 20-degree weather, that is, too.
Yeah, that's true. This thing absolutely rips. So we ripped it around here. This is something we put together as a plan to build up for my son for Christmas. And he's familiar with these things, so we played this a little bit. We played him too. Don't
take this wrong. It's not only for kids.
It's right. This is not a kid's toy.
Big kids would love it.
This is a little more than a kid's toy. And if you know my son, don't tell him if you're watching this. I appreciate a little silence on that. With that said, we brought him out today to do the race. He doesn't know this. So he was the one learning how to drive this thing. We got him set, ripping around here. We did the race. He's the guy driving. And it's tough to drive this in the race because it's not just floor it and let it go. If you floor it and let it go, this thing will dang near flip over.
It's this. You squeeze the throttle, it's like this, right off the bat.
And like this, you're just wheeling it the whole time. And then once you wheelie it, it pulls the back end off the ground.
And you might not be going straight anymore.
And you're not going fast. It just sits and mows the lawn.
Right.
So he had to feather into it. So it took us a couple times of racing to get it done. And we're racing at about 150 feet, which isn't too crazy long, but the Can-Am is 172 horse and we're in four-wheel drive on that thing. We're ripping. I've seen Can-Ams race Lamborghinis on YouTube, and up until about 70, they win. So this thing's going.
Now, granted, we had traction issues on both the Can-Am and the Traxxas, so bear in mind, some win, some loss.
Right. So as he's going and as we're doing this a couple times, reality is Traxxas will win with a good driver every time. And that's just flat out. This thing cooks. So if you're thinking about something for your kids, I don't know exactly GPS miles per hour is what this is doing. I'm guessing 35, 40.
But that being said, it's also got the training wheels in it for gear set.
You can put a much faster gear set in it, but it's doing that 35, 40 in seconds.
Yes, right now.
And it's moving. So if you're looking at something like this, there is no doubt that you can have a blast with it. Little kid, big kid, kid that wants to put a lot of money into this thing and have an awesome toy, it's going to be cool. Can it beat the Can-Am Maverick X3 all day long, 150 feet?
I think so.
Yeah, no issue. No question, guys. If you're looking for something to have a blast, these things are fun. And this is probably the most expensive model that Traxxas has. I think it is the most expensive.
Entry-level beginners. I mean, this is the big boy.
Not even entry level. You just drop down to like a Stampede. You can get a Stampede, I don't know, is it VXLR, the brushless motor. Those things do almost 60 miles an hour. I mean, they're a lot smaller. This thing's big, and it has, it's heavy. and you don't see it until you pick it up and move it around. But
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
wouldn't think it's that heavy by looking at it.
No, but cool stuff inside. Awesome machine. If you're looking for something like this for Christmas, order up quick, get it going, and make sure you get that front steering servo as our thing. I think there's going to be more things that we're going to find with this as we continue to run it. So we'll bring that to you, but we had a blast today running this. We're going to continue to do more stuff like this and share it with you guys. Thanks for your time. Make sure you give us a like in this video. Give us your comments below. Tell us what else you think we should race with this guy, because we're up with that. We'll go on Street Outlaws.
Just remember, it is still cold in Michigan.
That's it, yeah. So it's hard to get this out with all the plastic. Thanks for your time, guys. Have a good day.